real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real, I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick it up to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my...
Let's go now. Ready? Go! Go! Come on, set! Set! Ready? Let's go! Check go! Here we go, shot! Hut, hut! Okay, ready? Ready? Shut up! Shut up! Stephanie! Ready up! Hut! Set! Ready, ready! Here we go, here we go! Ready? Ready?
I steep, broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posting with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 545, had the lights on us. Fries with the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause real recognize, I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties on the industry advice. I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up.
Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Joshua Carty to kick off.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And we're off from US Bank Stadium. Chooses to bring this one out. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Setting up the screen. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
The Bears decide to call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing off the play fake here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now give left side. He breaks the tackle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the 1st defender. Heck, not even by the 2nd one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Receiver in motion, headed right. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time to step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They'll run here on 1st down. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Those little short throws, they have high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Mevis able to knock it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On play action now, McCarthy buying some time right. His first throw is an interception. And the Bears are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll throw to begin this drive. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Tracy. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears go up 10-zip here in the first. Mevis ready to send this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They put a receiver in motion right. Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 from the 41. They give it to him again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
To the 49-yard line. A gain of 3. It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's a 2-score game early. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. Decision to make here. It's 4th and inches on the enemy side. McCarthy to throw for it. Throw is caught by the back. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, against the better defenses in this league.
And the Bears showing time for this 3rd down play. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Option give here. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Buying some time left. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
It'll be a field goal try now for Joshua Carty. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Slide's kick is up and good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he'll go out of bounds with more than half the work done. Offense in enemy territory to begin the series at the 45-yard line.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on the short field. And you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Bears first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Going to the ground again on first. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now it's a bootleg for him. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Working quickly here. Second and 4. He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 25. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings tie things 10-10. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Caught by the open man. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st down from the red zone. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Going back, it's the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll send him over right. That one's out and cut on the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 34. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears grow their lead just before halftime. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
Goes past.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. They're set up at the 35 now. Here's McCarthy to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Motioning the tight end now. Second and 10, McCarthy. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. On play action now, McCarthy. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Joshua Party to kick off.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Starting at the 10. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half.
That's the end of the first
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Keyword, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Harrisville Mevis to kick off.
Mevis ready to send this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Caught quick right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Completed over the middle. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Running it after the penalty. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They pick up 7 on the ground. That brings up 2nd and 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out, because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
The Bears bringing out an extra defensive back or two. 3rd down coming up. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. And the Bears showing time for this 3rd down play. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Brought in right side by Moore. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. McCarthy operating from the pistol. He's got a man left. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for two. Going for two with the end around. And he stopped short of that goal line. That would have made it a field goal game, but instead the deficit remains at 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has his man. It's a Dunze. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 28. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears push their lead further to start the half. It's a Dunze touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Mevis ready to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10. because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. A lot of grass ahead. And the Bears take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Right up the gut. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Call it 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Looking for a throw here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So here's Harrison Mevis, ready for the field goal try. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And hopefully they don't come to regret using all 3 of theirs so early in the half. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, strike.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send a tight end in motion. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Finds a man right side. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. First and 10 from the 41. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Finds him on the slant. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th and 3, drive on the line. McCarthy to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. McCarthy looking to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now McCarthy. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now it's McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They are throwing it again. Finds him over the middle. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Forced out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's McCarthy to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. McCarthy throwing here. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Minnesota! 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. Connects on the crosser. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Throwing now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, they'll run. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Another big rip for him. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him, have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy hits him on the out route. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Offense in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, Well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
He's got a man left. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Back to the air, McCarthy. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. So the Bears take this one on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Yeah. Hey, yo. Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
Yes, them a look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we sweat. Dangerous when it get smooth like the skin on my face. Draw figure 8 when we wind up my waist. Bumper and boom, we no need it the weight. If you get it, off the plate. Wanna run it up, run it up all night. If the lights went down, get your kip up, baby. You wanna drop it down, pick it up, turn around, lift it up for you all night. Bet you wanna get some of my dirty love, baby. The boys them all want me. Them gyal I get salty. When I'm talking spicy. It make you want bite me. You just want the flavor. 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 With a right. Come on, baby, what you tryna do? I'm tryna pull up on you like a drive-through. I wanna know if we rockin', would you keep it cool? Take trips and private dinners just for us two. Yeah, he buy me Givenchy dresses and feed me breakfast. Immaculate, loving when he show affection. The balcony, over like stretching. And I ain't never out like wrestling. Back on it. Got all these boys mad cause I passed on it. I'm a fly. Come on, baby, spin a bag on it. Yeah, we so extra, feeling like young and the rest. Run it up all night. If the lights went down, get your kip up, baby. You wanna drop it down, pick it up, turn around, lift it up for you all night. Bet you wanna get some of my dirty love, baby. The boys them all want me. Them gyal I get salty. When I'm talking spicy. It make you want bite me. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor. You just want the flavor.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans.